Good morning, everyone. Who would have thought that we'd be spending our school year inside the confines of our own homes? The consequences of the COVID-19 pandemic have been severe than we suspected. Every day, the number of infected increases. As students, we have no option but to continue our studies online or to be left behind, despite the nostalgia and isolated feelings it brings when we know that we cannot meet our beloved teachers, friends, and classmates. But we should get a hold of ourselves. The pandemic is not like a project as we do not know its deadline. We're just regular students who are helpless and struggling to survive the school year. We can't stop a pandemic that has been killing thousands of people every minute of the day. Can we? Imagine walking towards your classroom, people left to right, coughing and getting near you, breathing on your skin, and you're not even wearing a face mask nor having any sanitary equipment. People's arms are brushing by yours, the saliva and mucus flinging around the room, and the virus on each paper your teacher hands you to deliver to your classroom is touched by everyone there. Disgusting. We cannot know for sure if many of them are asymptomatic. Every surface and crevice of the homeroom is a breeding ground for diseases waiting for the chance to crawl up inside your nostrils, eyes, mouths, to breed and eat you from the inside. Next thing you know, you're lying down inside the quarantined facility, lonelier and more suffocating than wearing a simple face mask. It's a scary time to wander around and be unprotected. We may not have the power to end all of the sufferings in the world. Even so, wearing a face mask may not solve all the world's problems, but it gives us hope. And when there is hope, there are opportunities and a future waiting. A future that is achievable by following simple health guidelines. Preparation is key. If you want to be heroes, then stay home and save lives. Simple, right? Stay home allows a decreased risk of contracting a disease. Staying home may be mentally draining, but there's always social media, where you could converse with your friends in the meantime. Let's be responsible and sensitive about the circumstances. Be a walking etiquette. If ever there's an emergency or a significant responsibility pops up and you need to go out, always remember your PPE or personal protective equipment. Wear a mask and a face shield to protect others and yourself from the disease. And keep your distance at 6 feet apart from the people around you. Even if it's a friend or a person you know, instead greet them with a wave. Though we humans are social beings, what will that mean if we're infected? As we all know, the pandemic has generated us a lot of time to be productive or to relax. Some of you all may be bored of just staying indoors. Why don't you try cleaning? Yes, some of you may be disappointed because some of us would rather lounge about than doing any work at all. But think of the outcome of all of that cleaning. It not only relieves you of the dirt and litter, but the joy and fulfillment of living in a clean environment. Start cleaning your homes as soon as possible. Researchers, doctors, and scientists all over the world have proven the effectiveness of cleaning and disinfectants in eliminating the virus. None of us wouldn't like a virus living inside our homes. Let us all wash our hands together and make it tradition as intended to be in the first place. As much as we would like to go back to a more carefree time, we have to face the reality of our truths now. As students, citizens of our transformed world, we are responsible for each and everyone's death, literally and figuratively. We are all anxious and troubled. But if we push through and follow simple health guidelines like washing hands, wearing a face mask, disinfecting, and practicing social distances, we can encourage progress. Remember to avoid any surface that may look unclean according to the Center for disease control and prevention. Respiratory droplets from an infected person can settle on the mouths, nostrils, or possibly the eyes, which is the cause of infection. As we survive in this modern world, we must remember that we shouldn't be putting our unwashed hands near our faces, or it might cause the infection. And never cough or sneeze on your hands, but in your elbow, away from people, if tissue isn't readily available. Maintaining a clean and disinfected area will decrease the chances of catching the virus. Also, we should use hand sanitizers with at least 60% alcohol. As I have shared my part on the prevention and preparedness of today's pandemic, I'm kindly asking all of you to take part in the pursuit of informing others. As a fellow student, citizen, and human who is willing to tell this to all of you, please understand my words. Seriously, death is right around the corner. As bold as that statement may sound, it is the truth. We cannot escape the chaos if we keep ignoring simple guidelines that can save lives. Stop living in your privileges and start opening your eyes to the death of millions. Prepare, prevent, and represent.